One very common question asked in interviews is, can you tell me a little bit about your weaknesses? Now, a couple of things I want you to keep in mind. Number one, don't try to, package a strength as a weakness. For example, I come across every year multiple students who turn around and say, sir, I'm a perfectionist, but that hurts me because I end up spending so much time on everything and because of that things get delayed. You are just trying to make a story, crop something out of it from a strength and moving it here and then building a story around it. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. That is not something that they've asked for. Be very clear cut in terms of, shortcomings that you have. Don't shy away from it. Second thing, don't lie here. Don't make up weaknesses. Don't make up something that is actually not a weakness thinking, agar us pe koi question aaya, now I will state, dekho, ab to maine handle kar liya. No. So what's the ideal way to go about it? Well, the ideal way to talk about it is, now I'll give you a weakness. For example, I have a tendency of being sarcastic, sometimes to the extent of being impudent. Now, why is that a weakness? It's a weakness because I'm not taking other people's feelings into consideration. I end up being a little too blunt, and that goes ahead and, spoils the relationship between us. That might not be the best way of going ahead and ensuring that they improve with respect to the feedback that is given. So that's a problem. That's not what I want. That's not the intention. Now, the fact that I have realized this and I'm pointing out that this is a weakness, I should also have understood and undertaken a path of improving here. Hence, a weakness should always be followed up with a methodology of combating it. So you could turn around and state, I have started following. Each time, I become angry or I see that I am about to react, I take a deep sigh. For example, or I take a 5-minute break, I walk out of the room and then I come back, because that way then I will be a little bit more practical in the conversation rather than just being blunt. I will also be able to take other people's feelings into consideration when I'm going ahead and having that conversation. So this is an example of how you can go about it. So look at weaknesses wherein you know that you will categorically go ahead and showcase some sort of a shortcoming. Obviously it shouldn't be a shortcoming like, I am very poor at mathematics. Now, you obviously don't want to go ahead and do an MBA if you're very, very poor at math, right? That's not, or my analytical skills are very, very poor. You don't want something like that. So it should be a weakness, which is clear. My communication skills are probably not where they need to be. Okay, that's a shortcoming. How am I working on it? I started taking spoken English classes. Each conversation that I have at home or with my friends is always in English because I realize that that is where I need to improve. That's a way of looking at it. So please be very clear cut, succinct, and don't shy away from what the reality is. Hopefully this helps.